Season's greetings, everybody. I'm wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. I just wanted to do kind of a personal video essay about something I've always associated with Christmas, and maybe other people have too. But of course, I'm talking about Harry Potter. I don't know. I've always just associated these books and the movies with this time of year. I'm not sure why. Possibly it's because J.K. Rowling's depictions of Christmas are some of the best I've read in fiction. Her describing like all the snow and the festivities and just kind of the general warmth of the season, the snow, the Hogwarts, and things like that. There's something kind of festive about how she describes elves. That kind of make me think of the traditional Santa's helper type elves. Or possibly because, the series' darker themes reflect maybe the darker time of year that this is in. But for some reason in my mind, Christmas and Harry Potter have always been kind of linked together, and I've always just thought of it that way. And into adulthood, I've started rereading them this time of year, every year. I grew up reading them, but I would read them in the summer or whenever they were coming out. Or during the school year or whatever. But the older I've got, the more linked in my mind with this time of year they've become, and I've started reading them this time of year. And I especially think of in Goblet of Fire, the Yule Ball. I think of all the descriptions of, the girls in their dresses and the boys in their dress robes, and the music playing by the Weird Sisters, and kind of, the mistletoe, and the descriptions of Hagrid and Madame Beauxbaton together and outside, in the garden. Also, in every one of these books, Christmas is always described, with enthusiasm, and you can see Rowling's love of the holiday and the season. And there's always time, and the stories always stop and take time to talk about, everyone saying season's greetings and the gifts they give each other, and and it's even talking about Peeves, singing obscene versions of Christmas carols, things like that. I don't know, it's just, I always just, when I think of this time of year, when I think of the holiday season, winter, and, cold, and crisp morning air, and Christmas time, and family, and togetherness, I instantly think these stories. And I can't be alone in that. And also, I think maybe the movies have kind of reinforced this idea as well, especially since they also have scenes that very meticulously and celebratorily celebrate Christmas. Especially in the first movie, I always think of the wide shot of outside in the castle. There's snow everywhere. You see Hagrid dragging a Christmas tree into the castle. But also, in the movie adaptation of A Goblet of Fire, the details in the Yule Ball, like I said, on the girls in their dresses, and Hermione coming down the stairs, and the great Jarvis Cocker doing songs like, Magic Works, and Do the Hippogriff, it's just, I don't know. I love these books. Quite possibly, collectively, they're my favorite novel of all time. I read them probably more than anything else. I think the only thing I read as much as Harry Potter is the works of Haruki Murakami. But, I don't know. I just always read them this time of year. There's something about them that I just, I think Christmas, I think Harry Potter, and I always kind of read them up to and around the holidays. I usually start... I didn't this year, but I usually start them in early December and kind of read them through the month. And usually by Christmas, I'm usually on Order of the Phoenix or so, and kind of read them into the end of December. And if I'm late, I'll finish in the beginning of January. But there's just something about wintertime, about, the crisp, cold air, the feeling of being with your relatives and loved ones. And I think that idea also, for me, I associate them because not only like we associate winter with Christmas and Christmas with, or the holidays in general, even you don't celebrate Christmas. You think of your favorite winter holiday, and you think of being with people you love, your family, your friends. You think of like the sense of togetherness and belonging. And for me, I have never really been close to my family. I mean, I love them and they love me, but I've always been odd. I've always been the different one. And I've always kind of felt this dissociation with them. And the characters in Harry Potter have always kind of been like my friends in a way. Like they've been more real to me than real people I've known. And that probably sounds weird and schizophrenic, but it's true. I mean, I grew up with these kids. I grew up with these characters. I grew up with this world, and the school and the magic and the creatures in it and all these beloved people that I feel like have been real teachers to me. Like, professors, McGonagall and Snape and, even the scoundrel Gilderoy Lockhart are more real to me than real teachers I had in school. And Harry, Ron, and Hermione and Neville and, they've been like my friends. They've been there with me growing up. And I still think of them fondly. And every year when I read them, it's like I'm reconnecting with old friends. And so I think I kind of associate that in my mind with this time of year of having people around that are kind of your family, the people you have the closest connection to. And since I don't really have many people in real life that I'm that close to, these characters have always kind of fitted that need for me. And they fulfill, I guess, that need for friendship we all have, that need for companionship that us as a species have, and these characters. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that, J.K. Rowling has created this entire world, not just for people like me, but for people everywhere, for the different reasons that we all come to Harry Potter and love it, for all the different ways it makes us happy, and maybe even makes us less lonely, or helps us get through hard times. And these books have done that for me. In many ways, they've helped me out. I can remember the lowest point in my entire life a few years ago. I was really down and out. I was really going through some really, really bad shit. Personally, mentally, and circumstantially. I was at the lowest point I'd ever been. And it was during this time I reread these books, and it got me through it. It helped me. And reading has always helped me. I've always been able to, for various reasons, read and be helped out. Intellectually, emotionally, for lack of a better term, spiritually, even though I don't believe in anything spiritual. One way or another, reading has always helped me. But it was rereading this series at that time that they'd helped me in a way that I had never expressed or I should say felt before. They'd always helped me. When I was a kid, they helped me through loneliness and depression. And growing up through my adolescent and early adulthood, they helped me through loneliness and depression. They helped me, appreciate, one, literature, and two, they helped me grow my imagination and change the way I look at things and mature a lot. But it was in that particular time when I reread them that I cried. I was so moved. I was so grateful that she had written these series that helped me so much. That for a little while at least, I had characters I could latch onto, people I could relate to, characters I could connect with. And it was also, looking back on it at that time, it was also around this time of year when I reread it. So I think all these things kind of created that association, at least in my mind, and probably in a broader sense, other people's minds, like I was saying, with things like how Christmas was depicted and how joyous it's depicted in the novels, and as well as the film adaptations' depiction of Christmas and that kind of general seasonal atmosphere in the films, that I think kind of had at least a tenuous connection for like a broader relation to it. But in my case particularly, there's a lot of different things that make me think of Harry Potter and Christmas kind of linked together. And those are some of the reasons why. And those are some of the reasons why this series is not only probably my favorite novel ever, but why it's deeply important to me. And probably why it's important for a lot of other people. I know of at least one other person. I have a friend who also has said that this series helped them out in the same way. That these books quite literally saved their life when they were going through the worst times of their life. And I can deeply, deeply relate to that. So, I don't know, I haven't talked about Harry Potter much, which that's not because I don't want to, it's just because I've kind of been saving them for if I can kind of get better video quality and do longer videos and stuff. I've been planning on forever, for a long, long time, for doing kind of a series on each book individually and doing very, very long videos for each one, because I have a lot to talk about with them. And I kind of want to do it right and go the extra mile with them. But I wanted to do something for Christmas. I wanted to do something, for the people who watch me. Thank you, by the way. You guys are amazing. So I just thought, well, I want to do something personal and talk about something personal and talk about something that's meaningful to me about Christmas. And these books are it. Like, when I think Christmas or Christmas literature, it's not the obvious choice, but these spring to mind. So, anyways, that's kind of my thing about it. And sorry if I got a little personal there, but that was kind of the point of this video. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for staying with me through this whole year. For those who just subscribed to me recently, thank you for coming aboard. I hope you stay. I hope you enjoy the further things I put out in the future. I can't believe it's already been a year since I moved into this place and I've been doing all these videos. It doesn't seem that long ago, but I appreciate you guys staying with me. I appreciate you being there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. It means a lot to me, actually, and I should probably mention it more, but I do appreciate it very, very much. And you guys are amazing. You're awesome. Have a great holiday. And even if you don't just celebrate Christmas, which I'm an atheist and I still love Christmas, but even if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy other holidays. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Winter Solstice, Festivus, whatever you want to celebrate. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have